Hello.
Yes, yes.
Right. So today, as per today class, I'm going to talk about input statements. Input statements. So if you want to read the data from the keyboard, how we can able to read? Instead of hard coding the values, I want to read the data dynamically. Suppose here what we are doing, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20. Here A plus B. A plus B means you guys will get 30 like this. Instead of hard coding the values like this, I want to take A value and B value from the keyboard dynamically. At the time of program execution, I want to provide the values to A and B. Instead of hard coding the values like this, I want to take A value and B value from the keyboard at the dynamically I want to take these two values. How we can able to take? For that, what predefined functions are available? For that, in Python 3 we have one inbuilt function which is nothing but input function. Input function. By using this input function, we can able to read data dynamically from the keyboard. What we can do by using this input function? We can able to read we can read data dynamically from the keyboard by using input function. We can read data dynamically from the keyboard by using input function. So now I want to read A value and B value from the keyboard. A is equal to input of enter A value. Enter A value. So now here B is equal to input of enter B value. Enter B value. So now here print A plus B. Print A plus B. What result we will get? Now what I am going to do? Now I am going to run this program. So see, assume this is the I saved this program in sample.py. Sample.py. So now if you want to run this program, how we have to run? Py sample.py. And whenever you run this command, what it will ask? Immediately it will ask enter A value. Enter A value. Here we have to provide A value 10. Next it will ask enter B value. Here what we have to do? We have to provide B value like 20. So now what it will return? Here what it will return? Provide your response on chat box. Here what result it will return? Here what result it will return? Here instead of providing the hard coded values, I am giving the values dynamically. I am giving values dynamically at runtime. Right? See, here we will get the result is, here we will get result 10, 20 like this. 10, 20 like this we will get, we won't get 30. Why? What is the reason behind this? See, the default type of input function is a string type. Even you entered integer type number, even you entered floating point values, anything you entered from the keyboard. By default, this input function will treat as a string type only. This input function will consider as string format only. Any type of data you entered from the keyboard, it will treat as a string only. The default type of input function is string only. See here, if I run this program, see what result we will get, we'll see. See here, A is equal to input of enter a number. Enter a number. Same here. Here what it is asking, enter a number 10 I give. Next here, B is equal to input of enter B number. What it will ask now, it will ask enter B number. Now I am giving B value is 20. Now here I am going to do A plus B. What it will return? 10, 20 it will return. 10, 20 it will return. And here you provided A value is 10. Right now I will ask what is the type of A. Type of A. What it will return? A is str type. Now I am asking what is the type of B. What it will return? B is str type. Right? If you provide any type of data from the keyboard, right? What input function will treat? Input function will treat as a string only. As a string only. The default type of input function is a string type. The default type of input function is a string type. If you enter any type of data from the keyboard, input function will treat as string type only. Input function will treat as a string type only. Here I want to find out sum. Here you are applying plus operator between two string type data. Here you are applying plus operator between two string type of arguments. Then what it will happen? Concatenation will be performed. Here you will get concatenated value. Concatenated value means 10, 20 you will get. Merging. Concatenation means merging. Here what we are doing? You are using plus operator between two string type of arguments. A is a string type and B is a string type. Then you will get the result is 10, 20. Then the result you will get 10, 20. But I'm expecting sum. Then what we have to do? We have to typecast it here. What we have to do? We have to do typecasting. How you can able to do the typecasting? For that, we have some predefined typecasting methods. Typecasting methods. What typecasting methods are available? Right, int type, int, float, int float, right? Next, eval, like this we have, right? So many typecasting methods are available. Like this we have so many typecasting methods are available. By using these typecasting methods, we can able to convert that string data into our required format. By using these typecasting methods, we can convert data from string to our required format, our required type. By using these typecasting methods, we can convert the data from string to our required type. So now here, see, So now I want to get integer type. A and B, I want to get integer values. So what we have to do here, what this input function is returning, string it is returning. String it is returning. Now if you want to convert that string into int type, what we have to do, by using this int function, we can able to convert. Then what we have to do, simply here int, like this we have to take. Like this we have to take it here. Now this input function is returning string type of data. This input function is returning string type of data, where I am taking that string type of data inside int function. Now that value will become as int only. Here what int function is doing, converting string to int format, converting string data into integer format. Same here also, take int function, take into function like this, like this. So now if you run this program, what you will get it here, now you will get result is 30 like this. Now you will get the result of 30 like this. Clear? So now observe very carefully what I am going to do here. Here A is equal to int of input of input of enter a value, enter a value, right? So here 1 minute, one more parenthesis means okay, enter a value 10 I give. So now it is, now again I'm giving B is equal to int of input of enter B value, enter B value. So now again it will ask enter B value 20 I am giving. Now here A plus B. Here A type and B, A and B both are integer type of data. You are applying plus operator between two integer type arguments. Then what result you will get? You will get the result is 30 like this. You will get the result is 30. See here directly I am taking input function like this. So then what you will get, string type of data you will get. Here also I am taking directly input function like this. B also string type only. You are applying plus operator between two string type of arguments. Then what result you will get? Concatenated result you will get. Here concatenation will be performed. Plus operator will work as a concatenation operator if you apply between two string type of arguments. So now if you want to get a sum of those two numbers, what we have to do? We have to convert that string type into integer type. We have to convert that string to int. How we can able to convert? By using typecasting functions. Python providing some predefined typecasting functions. By using those typecasting functions, we can able to convert string to int. String to int. Now, what is the type of A? Int. What is the type of B? Int. Here, I am applying plus operator between two integer type of arguments. Then we will get the result is 30. Clear this one? Same. Now I am going to do like this. A is equal to float of input of enter a value, enter a value. It will ask, oh, 1 minute. A is equal to float input of enter. Oh, spelling mistake. 1 minute. A is equal to otherwise I will take eval. Eval input of enter a value. Here enter a value, I am giving 10. B is equal to eval of enter B value. Here eval of okay. B is equal to eval of input of enter b value. Here what you will get, it will ask enter b value 20 I give. See here, I'm going to ask a plus b, you will get 30 like this. You will get 30 like this. What is the purpose of eval? What is the purpose of eval at here, Andy? Yeah, I checked that. See here, what is the purpose of eval, Andy? What is the difference between int, float, and eval? See here, eval function will take string as the argument. Eval function will take string as the argument and convert into your required format based on your provided input. It can able to understand, oh, here I entered a 10, means I want to convert this one as a integer type. Here the programmer, the person, the end user is providing 10.5. Oh, I want to convert that number as a floating point value. Automatically it can able to understand based on user provided input. Eval function automatically convert into string format to user provided format. See, instead of taking int, float and all those things, directly we can take eval function. What eval function will do, it will convert a user provided format only. It will convert a string to user provided format. Here what user provided? Integer format. So eval function will return integer value only. Here what user is providing b value? Integer. So eval function will take that string and convert it into integer format. Based on the user provided value, eval function automatically convert it into that format. Understood what is the difference between C and D? So now here what I want to do, 1 minute, you guys will get more clarity. See, here what I am going to do, A is equal to float I am taking, okay, float, enter a value, 1 minute, input of enter a value like this I to get here. So now here b is equal to float input of enter b value like this I to get here. So now here what I want to do, print a plus b, now I am saving this program, sample 1006, cd sample python cd Python. Inside this py, what is the program name? Sample 1006.py. This is my program. Right? Whenever I run this program, okay, not py, Python sample 1006.py. Right. It will ask enter a value. Here I am giving a value is 10. A value is 10 I am giving. So now it will ask enter b value 20 I am giving. What float will do? See, and forget about this float. Up to here, what is the a value and b value and the string only. So now what float function is doing? By taking that string value, it is converting into float type. By taking that string value, it is converting into float type. Float type means what you will get, even you are providing 1020, you will get a 10.0, 20.0. Finally, the result what we will get it here. 30.0 you will get it here. 30.0 you will get it here. So now here what I am going to do, instead of taking float, I will take eval. I will take eval like this. Eval. What eval function will do? Whatever user is providing, it will convert into that format. It will convert into that type automatically. Eval function will take string as the argument and convert into programmer required format, user required format automatically. We no need to tell to eval function convert into int type, float type like that. Based on the provided input, automatically it will convert into required type by taking this string as the argument. So now here observe very carefully. Here what I am going to do, n10 I am giving, 10 I am giving, b value 20 I am giving. Here 10 and 20 integer type of data I am giving. My input function will treat as a string. Now I am passing string to this eval function. What eval function is doing? Oh, here user is entering 10. So I want to convert this string as integer type. Here user is entering 20. So that is the int type. So here I want to convert this string as int type like that. Automatically it will convert into our required format. Now here you will get finally 30 only. 30 only. So now here I am going to give 10.5 and b value 20.5. So now 31.5 it is written. Eval function automatically it will convert into our required format. Eval function by taking the string as the argument and it will convert into our required format based on the provided input. What eval function will do? It will take string as the argument and convert into our required format based on providing input. Clear this one? Right here, if you are not use any typecasting functions, int, float, eval, all these things, what it will do? Input function will treat everything as a string type only. Whatever the data you entered, it will treat as a string only. See, here one more thing I am going to tell you. I am removing this part. Right here I will take L like this. Here I am removing eval function also. Eval also I am removing it here. So now here, save this one, and I am going to ask type. Just I want to print a type. Print type of L. I want to know the type of L. So now save this program. Go to here. Right now, if you run this one, see it here. I'm giving list tag 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Group of values are enclosed with square bracket, means this is the list. This is the list tag. So now here what I am doing, I am providing list and I am asking what is the type. I am asking what is the type. What it will return here. Here what it will return. Here input function I am using. Input function means if you enter any type of data, whether it is a list, int, float, any type of data, my input function will treat as a string only. You will get str only. Str only. Right. Now what I am going to do? Here I am going to use eval function. Eval function. Like this, I will use eval function. Now run this program. What it will do? Eval function automatically convert into our required format. Eval function, right? Eval function taking this string as the argument and it will convert into our required format based on the provided input. Now if you run this program, here see, I am going to give 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Oh, this guy entered one list type of data. The elements are enclosed with square bracket. Means right, user is expecting some list. Okay, I want to convert into list. So eval function automatically it can able to understand and it will return list type. List type. So now here what I am going to do? Here I am going to enter tuple. Tuple like this. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Parenthesis I am taking it here. Parenthesis I am taking it here. Now eval function automatically it will convert into tuple type based on your input. See here we are getting tuple type. Tuple type. Right? So by using this eval function, we can able to convert. Eval function will convert whatever you are expecting in that type automatically by taking this string as the argument. Right? Clear this point? How input function will work? We have only one function, which is input function. To read the data dynamically from the keyboard, we have only one function in Python 3, which is input function. How that input function will behave? If you enter any type of data from the keyboard, it will treat as a string only. String only. Then what we have to do? If you want to convert into our required format, right, we have to convert into our required format by using typecasting functions. Right, in Python 3 we have only one input, one function, and to read the data dynamically from the keyboard. In Python 3.0 we have only one function, which is input function. How this input function will behave? If you enter any type of data from the keyboard, input function will treat as string type only. Then what we have to do? We have to convert that string type into our required format. How we can able to convert? By using Python providing inbuilt functions. By using these inbuilt functions, we have to convert into our required format. Our required format. And how to use these typecasting functions, you guys clear now. Int like this, float like this, eval like this, right? We can use like this, these typecasting functions. Clear this one? We have only one function to read the data dynamically from the keyboard in Python 3.0. Clear? How input function will behave. So now I will show the we have to talk about right, what is the difference between Python 2 input function and a Python 3 input function. Right, to read the data from the keyboard, to read the data dynamically from the keyboard in Python 2, what functions are available? In Python 2, what functions are available? And in Python 3, you guys are clear. Right, in Python 2, if you go to Python 2 version, Python 2.x version, right, what functions are available to read the data dynamically from the keyboard? What functions are available? In Python 2.x, we have two input functions. We have two functions are available to read the data dynamically from the keyboard. What two functions are available in Python 2 version? What two functions are available in Python 2 version to read the data dynamically from the keyboard? First one is raw input function. Raw input function. Second function is input function. These are the two functions available in Python 2 version. Right. In Python 2 also we have input function, and in Python 3 also we have input function. Is there any difference between Python 2 input function and Python 3 input function? And here in Python 2 also we have input function, and in Python 3 also we have input function. Is there any difference between Python 2 input function and Python 3 input function? And yes, we have difference. We have difference between Python 2 input function and Python 3 input function. We'll discuss what differences are there. First, let me talk about this raw input function. How this raw input function will behave? How this raw input function will behave? And right, how Python 3 input function is behaving same like same this raw input function also will behave. Raw input function also will behave. How Python 3 input function is behaving same like raw input function also will behave. Means what? And if you enter any type of data from the keyboard, right, that's raw input function. This raw input function will treat as string type only. You entered any type of data in the keyboard, it will treat as string type only. Again, we have to convert into our required format by using inbuilt typecasting methods. Understood? If you enter any type of data If you enter any type of data from the keyboard, this raw input function will treat as string type only. Again, we have to convert into our required format by using predefined typecasting methods. Right? How Python 2 input function will behave, and here we no need to do any typecasting. Here we no need to do any typecasting. Here we no need to do any typecasting. It will return whatever we are expecting. It will return the user expected type only based on the provided input. Here user, what type of input user is provided, same type it will return. Here we no need to do any typecasting. If you go with the Python 2 input function, why? It will return what it will return. Whatever the input you are providing, same type it will return. Same type. Whatever user is expected, whatever user expecting, same expected type only, right? It will return. Here we no need to do any typecasting. It will return the user expected type only based on the provided input. If user is providing int type, so Python 2 input function will return int type only. If user is providing floating point of data, then Python 2 input function will return floating type only. If user is providing Boolean type, then Python 2 input function will return bool type of data only. Whatever user is providing, same type of data it will return. If here we no need to do any typecasting. Clear? In interview room, if they ask what is the difference between Python 2 input function and Python 3 input function, in Python 2 input function, we no need to do any typecasting. Whatever the type user is providing, same type of data only Python 2 input function will return. But coming to Python 3 input function, compulsory programmer has to do the typecasting explicitly. Why? Python 3 input function will treat everything as a string type only. To convert into your required format, we have to use typecasting functions. We have to do the typecasting by using typecasting functions. Clear? What is the difference between Python 2 and Python 3 input function? If you go with the Python 3, we have only one function to read dynamic data from the keyboard, which is input function. If you go with Python 2, there we have two functions, which is the raw input function and input function. Clear? This is about input functions. And this is about input functions, which we have in Python 3 and Python 2. Right. So what about output functions? What about output functions? And what output functions we have? What output functions we have at here? What output functions we have? What output function? See, and here small analogy, small. I'll write one small program for more understanding about this input function. I want to read from the keyboard customer information, and I want to print that customer information on the browser. I want to read the customer information from the keyboard, and I want to display that information on the command prompt. And what we have to do? Simple. And see here, customer, otherwise I will take C number like this. C number is equal to C number, and number means what type? Integer type. So here I will take int enter customer number. Enter customer number like this. Right. So now one minute, input. right? So now C name means string type, so we no need to do any typecasting. By default input function will treat as string only. So input of enter customer name, we have to take like this. C number, C name, C customer salary. Salary means what? Float type, float of input enter customer salary, next C address means again string type only, so we no need to do any typecasting. Input of enter customer address, right? So now I want to print all this information on the command prompt. How to print? Print C number, otherwise customer number. Here what we have to take? Customer number. Here C number I want to print. Next C number I want to print like this. Next here C name, C salary, C address. So like this we have to take. So now if you run this program, how it will return the output, we'll see. Enter customer number 101. Enter customer name Raju. Enter customer salary 10,000. Enter customer address Bangalore. See here on this one, what we are getting? Customer number, customer name, customer salary, customer address, like this we are getting. For more understanding, here I will write one more print empty print statements I am taking like this. If you take empty print statements, what you will get? You will get some space. One empty line you will get it here. Now here I will take print customer information, like this I'm taking it here. So now save this one. So now run this program once. Customer number 102, customer name Ravi, customer salary 20,000, customer address Hyderabad. See and how we are getting here? After providing this data, I'm getting two spaces. Here customer information, you will get like this: customer number 102, customer name Ravi, customer salary 20,000, customer address Hyderabad, like this you will get it here. Clear? How to take the data from the keyboard? Like this we have to take it. Right? Right. So now one more important thing you guys have to remember. What it is here? Observe it here. Observe very carefully. Here what I am going to do? A is equal to, otherwise I will take like this: A comma B. Is equal to int of 1 minute. So my requirement is while executing the program, py while running the program. Sample. Here I will show it here. Otherwise, see here I am going to execute the program. I want to find out sum of two numbers. I want to find out sum of two numbers. 1 minute. What I will do? I'll write the program. A is equal to int of input of enter a value. So like this I took it here. Now finally print a plus b. Now observe very carefully. Now what I want to do, what I am going to do while running this program, here if I give like this, right here, 1 minute. So while running this program, here it is asking a value, right? Here only I will give 10 space 20 and 10 space 20 I will give only. So now this 10 I want to assign to A, this 20 I want to assign to B and D. Right? How we can able to do this activity? Now what it will do? Right? Input function will treat this entire thing as a single string and even space also it will treat as one character. Space also it will treat as character. Now 10 space 20 means input function will treat this one as the string only. Single string only. But my requirement is I want to divide this one and 10 I want to assign to A, 20 I want to assign to B. First of all, I want to divide this. I want to divide this as two numbers. First number I want to assign to A, second number I want to assign to B. Here my input function will treat this entire thing as a string only, single string. Space also it will consider as a character. Understood my requirement? What I am telling clear? Please respond. Clear what I am asking? Here I want to divide this one into two numbers. First number I want to assign to A, second number I want to assign to B and D. What I am telling here, I will give both A and B values in single line. I want to provide both A and B values in single line. How you can able to do that? I want to provide both A and B values in single line. How we can able to do that? See it. How we can able to do this, Andy? Right. For this, what I am going to do? Observe very carefully. I want to provide A and B values both in single line. Here A comma B I am taking is equal to int of x I am taking like this. A comma B I am going to take like this, int of x. Right here take multiple values you are getting, right? Take inside the list like int of x. I am taking it here. So now here what I am going to write? Int of x for x in, where you want to take x value? For x in, here input of enter A and B values. Like this I am taking it here. So now finally what I will do here, print A plus B. Right? So now if you run this program, what it will happen? See what is the meaning for this ending? Here up to here what it will return? It will return string type of data. What string type of data it will return? It will return 10, 20 like this. And this entire thing as a single string. That's why I'm taking inside quotes. So now here what I want to do, for x in, first element I want to take and convert into integer type. Here, what is the X and D? X is a string type. X is the string type one. String type. Convert that string into integer type and assign to first variable. Next, take this 20 and convert into integer type. Now, finally, how you will get it here? Finally, how you will get it here? Here, finally, you will get A and B and 10 and 20 like this, two separate strings you will get it here. After separating, you will get two separate strings. And here you are providing 10, 20 like this. 10, 20 like this. And so this one as a single string. And what my requirement? I want to divide this single string into two strings like this. Two strings. And see, this is one code. This is separate codes. And separate codes I am taking. I want to divide this single string into multiple strings like this. Multiple strings like this. Now, for X in multiple strings, first time X value is 10. Convert into integer type and assign to A. Second time X value is 20. Convert into integer type and assign to B. Here what we are doing? Here X value is 10 and 20. Here what is the type of X? String type. String type. I want to convert into integer type. Understood this one? This one is clear? Now, how you can able to divide this string into two strings? And how you can able to divide that single string into multiple strings? How you can able to divide this single string into multiple strings? That is the right. That is the thing we have to do it here. Observe very carefully it here. See here what we have to do. After this we have to take one predefined function which is nothing but split function. Data split function we have to use it. Data split function we have to use. What this split function will do? What this split function will do? Here we are passing 10 space 20 like this. What split function will do? Here to this split function, I am not passing any value and I am not passing any argument. If you are not passing any argument to this split function, what split function will do? Split function will take this space as the separator. Here what we have to pass? Here we have to pass a separator. Separator we have to pass. Right, which separator we have to pass? You can pass any type of separator. Any type of separator. Suppose if you are not providing any separator to this split function, what split function will do? It will take default separator. What is the default separator? Space is the default separator. Now between this 10 and 20, one space is there. That space split function will consider as default separator. Understood what I am telling? Right, this split function we have to pass one separator, and separator means whether it is a space, comma, colon, whatever it is. Here I am not passing any separator. If you are not passing any separator to split function will take a default separator. What is the default separator? This space is the default separator. Split function will consider space as the default separator. Now, based on this separator, it will split the given string into multiple strings. Based on the separator, wherever we have this separator, up to there, it will split the given string into multiple strings. Now, after splitting this given string, what you will get it here? Finally, you will get 10, 20 like this, you will get it here. 10, 20 like this, you will get it here. So now for each element in this, here how many elements are there? 2 elements are there. 2 string type of elements are there. For each element means X is each element. X means each element. First time X value is 10. Second time X value is 20. Here 10 and 20 both are string type of data. I want to convert into integer type. Then I want to assign to this A and B. Clear this one? Please respond. Any explanation is required? What split function will do? It will divide the given string into multiple strings based on the separator. Based on the separator. Here we are not providing any separator. In that case, it will take space as the default separator. Space as the default separator. Now let me run this program. You guys will get more clarity. Next, I will pass separator also, different separator, and I will show. First, let me run this part and let me run this example. See here what I am going to do. Here enter A and B values. Enter A and B values. 10 space 20 I am giving like this. 10 space 20 I am giving like this. What it will return? 1 minute. Program is not saved. Ten space 20 I gave it. See, and we are getting 30 as the result. We are getting 30 as the resultant. We are getting 30 as the result. Right. Now what it happened here? Here it will treat this 1020, this 1020 as single string only. Input function will treat this 1020 as single string only. By using split function, I am splitting the given string into multiple strings. Multiple strings, and here is there any separators, and no, and right here, that's why what I am giving here, I am not passing anything to this split function. What split function will do? If you are not providing any separator, split function will take default separator. What is the default separator? Space is the default separator. According to that space separator, it will divide into two strings, and here we are converting into integer type, and here finally we are printing the sum of those two numbers. Now observe very carefully. Now here what I will do, here what we are doing, here I am passing hash as the separator to the split function. Here I am passing hash as the separator to the split function, and so now in the given string, wherever we have hash symbol, up to there it will split. And finally, how many string values you will get it here? How many string elements you will get it here? Here you will get 10.5 is one string value, 20.5 is one string element, 30.5 is one string. Total 3 strings you will get it here after splitting. Here in the given string, wherever we have hash symbol, up to there it will split. Why? Here I am passing hash as the separator. Now here you will get 3 string values. Here you will get 3 string values. One is 10.5, 20.5 and 30.5. Here by using this float function, what we are doing, we are converting string to float, typecasting we are doing. First value will go and assign to A, second value will go and assign to B, third value will go and assign to C. Now finally you will get a result like this. Clear? So now here if you pass anything, and suppose here I am passing this asterisk symbol. Now while providing the string, providing the input, and how to provide that? Here 10 asterisk 20 asterisk 30 I am providing like this. Here wherever we have asterisk symbol in the given string, up to there it will split. Finally what result you will get? 10, 20, 30 means 60.0. Why you will get a 0.0? We are converting into float. So here it will convert to 10.0, 20.0, 30.0. Finally, you will get 60.0. Here we will get 60.0. Suppose here if you are not passing any separator, then my split function will take default separator. What is the default separator? Space as the default separator it will consider. According that, wherever we have space in the given string, up to there it will split. Clear? How to use split function? What is the purpose of split function? Right? How to use input function? How to take multiple values in single line? How to do the typecasting? Clear everything? Right. So next. See it. So next what I want to do, one more example we'll see it here. One more example we'll see it here. Here I'm going to take like this. L is equal to eval function I'm taking like this. Eval function I'm taking like this. Right here, eval of input of enter list. Enter list I'm taking like this. Right. So now what I want to do, inside this list, whatever the elements are there, inside the list, whatever the elements are there, I want to find out sum of all those elements. I want to find sum for all those elements. And suppose here I'm giving list like 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50 like this. This is the list which I am going to provide. So now what result I want to get? I want to get the result sum for all these elements. Sum of all these elements I want to get. For that, how to write the program? How to write the program? And simple. Here initially I'm going to take sum is equal to 0. One value, some value 0 I'm taking. Now here I'm going to write one for loop. For each element in L. What is L? L is the iterable object, and L is iterable object. We can iterate L, and L contains a group of elements, so it is iterable object. We can take one by one. And so now for each element in L we have to take. And so next here what we have to do? Here sum is equal to sum sum is equal to sum plus I, and sum is equal to sum plus I. Right. Now tell me, what is the value of I, and I value is 10. I value is 10, and what is the value of sum? Right, sum value is 0. Sum is equal to 0 plus 10. Sum is equal to 0 plus 10. What you will get? Now you will get a 10. So this value will become CN. 1 minute. Here first time what is the value of I value first time 10 for each element inside the list, and I value first time 10. So now what is the sum value? And 0 plus 10. What you will get? You will get 10 only. So now this 0 will become 10, and this 0 will become 10. Next time what is the I value? 20. Next time I value is 20, and already inside sum what we have? 10 is there. So 10 plus what is the I value? 20. Now here you will get 30. Now this 10 will become what? 30 it will become. Now what is the I value next time? 30, and I value is 30. Now inside sum what we have? 30 is there. Now sum value is 30 plus I value also 30. What you will get finally? Sum is equal to 60 you will get. Now here it will become 60. Now what is the I value next time? 40. What is the sum value? 60. So here 60 plus I value is 40. What you will get? Here you will get 100. Sum is equal to 100. Now the 60 will become 100 at here. Right. So next time what is the I value? 50. What is the sum? 100. Here inside sum already 100 is there. 100 plus what is the I value? 50. 100 plus 50, 150. This 100 will become 150 like this. Now if I print sum, what you will get? You will get 150 as the result. 1 minute. So now here what you will get it here? Here you will get print sum. Here print sum. We are going to print that sum value. Now we'll see what result you will get it here. Here I'm going to give list 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50. Like this I'm providing the list. And now here 150 as the result we will get. Right here what I am providing? list and here input of enter list means this input function will treat that one as the string type only, but here what I am doing, typecasting. By using eval function I am doing the typecasting. Now it will convert into string to list format, and list type it will convert. Now what is my requirement? I want to find out sum for all those list elements. For that, initially I am taking some value is 0. Initially I am taking some value is 0. Now here what I am going to do, here L is what, iterable object. We can iterate the elements one by one from the list. List contains multiple elements. We can iterate one by one from the list. Now for each element in L, first time I value is 10. What is the sum value? 0. 0 plus 10, you will get 10. So like this, right, we can able to find the sum for all the list elements. Clear this one? Any explanation is required? Clear? Right. So like this, by using these typecasting functions, we can able to convert into one type to other type. By default, input function will treat everything as string type only. Today what we learned in input functions. How many types of input functions are available in Python 3? Only one, which is nothing but input function. Right? How it will behave? If you enter any type of data from the keyboard, my input function will treat as string type only. Then what we have to do, we have to convert into our required format by using typecasting functions. What typecasting functions are available? What inbuilt typecasting functions are available? Int, float, eval, all these things are etc. All these things are right default input functions, inbuilt input typecasting functions. By using these typecasting functions, we can able to convert into one type to our required type. Right? If you go to Python 2.0, Python 2 version, and there how many types of input functions are available? Two functions are available. One is raw input function and second one is input function. And what is the difference between Python 2 input function and Python 3 input function? And right, in Python 2 input function, we no need to do the any typecasting. Whatever user is providing, same type of data only it will return. Right? Python 2 input function, what it will return? Whatever user is providing, same type of data only return. And same type of data only that input function will return. There is no typecasting, and typecasting is not required in Python 2 input function. But coming to Python 3 input function, explicitly programmer has to do the typecasting by using predefined typecasting functions. Why? Here in Python 3, input function will treat everything as a string type only. Everything as string type only. That's why we have to convert into our required format. Clear? Any explanation is required?
Sir, actually here after for we are using spacer. If we don't use that, what happens? Like
Here.
in some
Where?
here. Next line for.
Here.
Yes, sir.
It will return error, and this is called indentation. And right, indentation. Okay. This is called indentation. Means this block, and here whatever we are writing, this section whatever we are writing, this is we have to write this part. We have to write inside for loop, and inside for loop. Right? If you want to give this space, what it will represent? Right? This for and some both are in same path. And now, right, we are writing this statement outside of the for and not inside for. Understood? So if you write like this, what is the meaning for this? This line we are writing outside of the for loop. Right, outside of the for loop only. Generally, where we have to write? We have to write inside for loop. Inside for loop. If you want to write inside for loop, what we have to do? Here we have to take 4 spaces only. 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 space buttons and 4 space buttons we have to enter. Then it will go to inside for loop. This one we call it as indentation. Compulsory we have to follow indentation. Clear? If you are not take like this, right, this part not, it won't consider this is the inside for loop, and it will it is the outside for loop it will consider if you won't give this space.
Clear, sir.
Indentation, even if you write any if condition, at that time also we have to take inside like this only. while loop, for loop, if condition, else, elif, every type, right? But all these cases we have to follow indentation. While you are writing any class, suppose see here I'm going to write one class and class sample, and now whatever the logic I'm going to write, everything I want to take inside the class and inside the class. If you want to take inside the class means here we have to take this space. From here we have to write def m1 method self. So now here, now logic I want to write inside m1 method and inside m1 method means what we have to do, we have to take space. From here we have to start the logic. From here we have to start the required logic at here. Suppose you are writing it here means that is not inside m1 and that is not inside m1. Okay, inside class only, but it is not inside m1. Understood? Suppose here if you are starting it here and this is outside of the class and this is outside of the class, this is not inside the class and understood? This one is called it as indentation and we have to follow indentation. How many spaces we have to take? 4 spaces and 4 spaces, but 4 times we have to press space button and clear this one? Right, while writing classes, while writing methods, while writing conditions, while writing loops, while writing any block, compulsory we have to follow this indentation. Compulsory we have to follow this indentation.
Clear, sir.
Okay. Okay, guys. We'll discuss remaining things in next class. Okay. Thank you.